cooking an inexpensive meal with me tonight. We are making some boneless center cut pork chops. They are $2.74 for about a pound of them. There's three chops here. We're going to start out by opening the package. I don't wash these. I need to. So we're going to season with Adobe seasoning. This seasoning is on the salty side, so use it sparingly. Season both sides of your chops. So after you season your chops, you're going to get another container so you can put some breadcrumbs in it. I use the very fine seasoned breadcrumbs. You can use what you like. Panko works great with this meal too. I do not coat my chops in an egg wash. They are already moist enough from thawing out on the counter. Yes, I thaw my meat on the counter. It's fine. You do you. If you don't want to do that and you want to thaw it out in the refrigerator, go for it. But I didn't have time. I didn't take them out the day before, so I left them on the counter to thaw out. So after you get done coating your chops, you're going to put them aside on a plate to hang out. Let's finish up this one here. So there's the chops. They're going to hang out on the counter. We're going to go proceed to baked potatoes. So we're going to rinse the potatoes. When I say wash them, do not use soap. Please just rinse them, scrub them well. Okay, so now you got to pat dry. After you pat dry, you're going to choose an oil of your liking. First, preheat your oven to 400 degrees, please. And grab your oil. I'm using vegetable oil. You can use, if you have bacon grease on hand, you can use some bacon grease for this. I probably should have, because I don't know why I didn't. Now, the next time I do make potatoes, I will be grabbing it. So, vegetable oil, everybody has vegetable oil, or at least you should. And this is sea salt from Bonaire. On a recent trip, I picked some up, and it's really good sea salt, by the way. If you're ever in Bonaire, pick some up at the Donkey Sanctuary. And so, yeah, take your potatoes, pop them in the oven. Shut the door, set your timer for 1 hour. They should take about an hour. I do not pierce my potatoes, don't pierce them. Onto the carrots. Wash the carrots, rinse them off well. Save your peels. I have a bag of peels that I keep in the freezer. I'll show you that in a second. Here it is. That's for when I make my chicken stock. Keep these on hand. Save your scraps. Makes a good stock. I have a video on it. And yeah, cut your carrots the way you like them. I'm cutting them in strips. Carrots take about 15 minutes to cook. If you want them to cook a little bit quicker, you can cut them smaller. Okay, so now that my football game's over and I'm having my mouth full of carrot, fill your pot up to the top of the carrot line. Salt your water. A good pinch. Yeah, so this is all prepped, ready to go. The potatoes, I just started those, so those still have about 53 minutes left. I'm going to cook those for about an hour. The pork is on standby waiting, and we'll be back when, I don't know, let's see, the carrot's going to take about 15-20 minutes to cook till that fork tender, so we'll be back to check in. Okay, so I'm just going to pop back on here for a minute. I have 18 minutes to go on my potatoes, but my husband's probably going to be late coming home from work, so we're going to start the carrots anyway. So we're going to turn the burner on to high, and this is on the small burner. It depends on what kind of stove you have. Do it accordingly. Yeah, so the pan is here because the pork is going to go into the pan in a little bit. Not right now. I'm going to hold off, but yeah, this is a video just to teach my son how to cook. So yeah, it's going to be all over the place, but you're here to cook with me and enjoy. Thanks. Okay, so the carrots are starting to come up to a boil, so we're just going to give them a quick little stir. Once this comes up to a rolling boil, you want to turn your burner down to a medium. So I'm going to turn that down now though, because that's how I roll. So we're down to a medium. Just don't let it boil over. If you have a cover, you can put it on. I usually don't put a cover on, so you do you.
and we're going to start, sorry for the camera angles here. I'm going to preheat my cast iron pan. Always preheat your pans. It doesn't matter if it's a cast iron pan or a stainless steel. If you have stainless steel, preheat it. Okay, not too hot, not too low, you know. So yeah, give me a second. Okay, so my skillet's getting warm. I'm going to turn the burner down to medium. This is just vegetable oil. Use whatever oil you like. I prefer vegetable oil or bacon grease. Today we're just going to use the vegetable oil, and you want to put just enough to coat the bottom of the pan and just a little bit more. I'm going to let that heat up. So your carrots are over there cooking. We're going to make sure to stir that every now and then. Your potatoes are in the oven baking. Carrots are going to go until they're fork tender. That's how I like them. Let the oil heat up a little bit. It's still not ready yet. I'm going to pause you for a minute. Okay, that oil's pretty hot. So we're going to actually take that off because I did a stupid and I went and turned some channels on the TV to watch another game. So we're going to let that cool down just a tad. So be right back. Okay, I let that cool down just a little bit. Not too much though. So take your pork. It's already seasoned and breaded and put it right into your skillet. And let that cook up just a little bit. You want it to be nice and golden brown on one side, and once that happens, you're going to flip it. So you might see 4 more minutes on my timer in the back there. We're going to disregard that though, but once it does count down, I am going to turn my oven down to about 350, 375, somewhere around there. So it's going to take maybe about 2 to 3 minutes per side on your pork. So I just tried moving that, and right now the pork is stuck to the bottom of the pan, so I'm just going to leave it for a minute. So guys, when you're cooking, it's just, don't go by exactly what I'm telling you, because things go differently for everybody, different stoves. That you might have your temperature on your stovetop set a little higher than mine, a little lower than mine. So this is just guidelines. So don't take everything that I'm telling you to the perfect tea, you know what I'm saying? So like I'm kind of rushing this because it is sticking, and you should really wait until it releases on its own. But I'm always impatient. This is how I cook. My pan definitely needs to be re-seasoned again. I can tell you that right now. I don't take care of it as well as I should. Timer's off, so we're going to hit the bake and go down to about 360. So the reason why I'm going, the reason why I went down to 360 is I'm going to finish off the pork in the oven. My husband's going to be home probably later than what I expected him to be, so this is more or less just going to finish off in the oven, but we don't want the temperature too high. You don't want the temperature too high because it will dry out the pork. That feels done. So you know what, I'm going to actually lower my temp a little bit more. So we're going to go 300 just to keep it warm and still finish off cooking. I have you on a chair, so hopefully I won't drop you. We're going to move things around into my oven. Baked potatoes are there. So put those there. Take your pan, very hot. Make sure you're using an oven-safe skillet. That's why I use cast iron. Okay, so let's turn off the burners. That one anyway. Let's test our carrots. Clyde. Alright, those carrots are actually perfect. So we're going to turn that off. I'm going to pause you for a minute because I need to get a strainer, and we're going to strain that water out and add some butter. So hold on one sec. I dropped you in the sink. So anyway, strain your carrots. While your carrots are nice and hot, take some butter. Yes, I leave my butter on the counter. And just throw some butter in that. And if you want to, you can add some brown sugar, but I'm keeping things a little lighter on the calorie count these days, so no brown sugar for me. So we're going to leave that like that. I am going to throw a cover on that. Hold on. Throw a cover on that, and it's going to go sit back on the stove. On the back side of the burner. And yeah. And that's going to be dinner for now. So bad angles. I am so sorry. But anyway, that's dinner. So while you're waiting for your person to come home, go set your table.
Okay, husband just got home from work, so let's plate up our dinner. The pork chops has been sitting in the oven for about 20 minutes or so, just heating up, just keeping warm. The potatoes too. Remember, we set the oven to low just to keep things warm. Plating up, grab a pork chop. The chops have been sitting in the oil, so they did not dry out. They were really, really flavorful, actually. Perfect to be. So, dinner was good. So, grab your chops, plate them up. Grab a potato, put that over on your plate. Grab your carrots. Slice your potato, give it a good little squeeze just to get everything smushed together. Then we're going to take a pat of butter. I'm going to put a pat of butter in that and some fresh parsley. My neighbor had brought some over, so I'll be putting those on. Chop it up and put that on, and that's dinner. So give this one a try. If you haven't already, give me a subscribe, like the video, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.